Jackson Holliday had one of the rougher starts to a career we've seen in recent memory, including in April that saw him register just 2 hits in 34 at-bats, an .059 average, to go along with 18 strikeouts to just 2 walks. And while he did rebound after being called up in August to post a combined OPS in those last 2 months of over 600, it still was a far cry from the expectations that a lot of people saddled him with, in large part because of his #1 overall prospect in baseball status. But that was just year 1, and being that he was 20 years old for much of it, I think he deserves somewhat of a mulligan. So, how's he performed so far in year 2? Through his first 30 games or so, we have seen marked improvement in a number of hitting categories, with his slash line coming in at .247, .322, .358, with 7 walks to 22 strikeouts. The latter is certainly not an optimal ratio, but not nearly as bad as last year's 69-15. The more advanced stat, OPS Plus, equates this production to being about league average, at a mark of 101 where 100 is typical. This is a major step in the right direction, as now, if he goes on even a moderate hot streak for a little while, he hasn't managed to dig himself such a deep hole that his overall production would still look bad. What has led to this improvement at the dish? Well, first of all, he has demonstrated exemplary plate discipline, with a chase percentage in the 89th percentile, and a whiff percent that's above average in the 61st. What's more, like last season, he's demonstrated exemplary wheels, with an average sprint speed of 28.7 feet per second, a number that's also in the 89th percentile league-wide, which certainly helps when you're rocking a ground ball percentage of 50.8, which is obviously way too high relative to the league average of 44.4, but is also an improvement from last year's mark of 56.6. But unfortunately, things aren't all trending upward for the young second baseman. There actually have been a multitude of quality of contact numbers that have seen a decline overall from last season, including a noticeably lower barrel, hard hit, and pulled fly ball percentage. If he wants to achieve his ceiling as a 30-plus home run guy, which many scouts believe he can do, he'll need to see improvement across all of these numbers, along with, more than likely, higher average exit velocities and launch angles. And arguably though, the weakest part of his game right now isn't anything he's doing in the batter's box, instead being his work with the glove, which has so far produced -3 fielding run value, a number tied for second to last in all of Major League Baseball, and dead last among second basemen. This has also come with -4 outs above average and defensive runs saved. For a guy who contributed pretty much average numbers in this regard last year, this is less than preferred, but should hopefully improve to the mean by the end of the season, as he certainly has all the tools to be at least a decent middle infielder. Overall, we do seem to be seeing some noticeable growth from the former first overall pick, though it's coming a little slower than with some of his contemporaries like Jackson Chourio or Jackson Merrill. Still, as long as he continues to improve his profile across the board, there seems to be no reason why he won't be able to be at least a productive player for the rest of 2025, even if we as baseball fans will have to wait a little longer for him to grow into the superstar many believe he can be. Now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, if you ever see something you'd like to see detailed in the Made the Cut video, whether that be a specific play or a narrative surrounding a certain player or team, feel free to reach out to my email, basebpoet@gmail.com. That's BASE, letter B, POET@gmail.com. If I use your idea, I'll be sure to give you credit. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.